Well, we hit a milestone, 600 subscribers. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. 1,000 subscribers, I'm thinking I might do a giveaway. I think that'd be pretty sweet. But I do want to change the name of the channel. See, I'm a motorcycle enthusiast. I love my DR650, I love my T-dubs. I have a Honda Hurricane I'd like to do a cafe racer project on. Um, but DR650 mods as a name is a bit specific. So something with man cave kind of feel to it, mixed in with motorcycle feel. So, if you guys got some ideas, throw them at me in the comments. I'll take them all into consideration. Once I land on a name, that's what I'll stick with. All right, let's get to the video.
I found the foot pegs too small, so I replaced them. And I found the mounts too squishy, so I put in washers. Now I'm riding with MX boots and I'm finding I can't get enough articulation to use the rear brake properly. So because I can't lift it any higher, it's already almost touching the caves. I have to put in the lowering foot pegs, like the mounts. So let's get to it. As far as DR modifications go, this is gotta be one of the easiest. Just loosen 14 mil. And I use this because I'm lazy. That's it. It's off. The Amazon kit, which cost me, I think it was 75 bucks Canadian, delivered. No big deal, whatever. It's half decent quality. Well, they look like a good weld. Doesn't matter. They come with 4 bolts, your pin for holding the foot peg, spring for making it do its thing, a washer, cotter pin, everything you need. So I think personally for myself, it's going to be easier to install the foot pegs once the mounts are already installed. I don't want to have to be trying to hold on to the mount while I'm trying to compress a spring while I'm trying to hold the foot peg. That makes no sense to me. For whatever reason, in their infinite wisdom, they decided to put 13 millimeter bolts instead of 14. I'm guessing because they're lazy and don't want to go find the right one. Whatever. And like I said, I put the Loctite on it already. That gun's pretty strong. So, they're tight, we're good. Let's put the foot pegs on. Alright. I'm going to call this part of the video the struggle snuggle. I'm using the factory DR spring instead of the one supplied because it's the same at this end pretty well, but not at that end. It's a lot shorter, which just makes it that much harder to use. And my spring is brand new, since my bike's brand new, so no reason to struggle with something to unnecessarily replace it. This part's easy. Put the head of the pin up at the top, so if ever, should the cotter pin ever fall up, the pin that holds your foot peg's not going to fall up quite as easily. Just put on the washer and put the cotter pin through. That's tight, eh? Nice. And then just bend it. This cotter pin is a lot stiffer than factory, so pliers are required. Before we do this foot peg, I wanted to see the positioning. When you're sitting, I do find the higher foot peg more comfortable. That's why I left it originally. But that being said, when I'm standing, you can see my arms are more relaxed, obviously when it's down lower. My elbows can be more bent, more straight unless I tug. But I also notice when I squeeze with both legs, this leg is not gripping the bike as nicely. Like I find it's harder to feel good about it. Like plastics making some fun noises. This side is just much more natural. So overflow pegs are going to be much better. And without even adjusting that rear brake, it's much easier to use already. So I like that. Well, now that I've test ridden it, I like the way it feels. The brake's much better. I can actually use it. The shifter's about the same. The shifter had enough adjustability and it didn't matter. I had to tighten the mirrors because they got loose from when I crashed on the ice. And the bark busters had to be adjusted. They were wrong. They were fouling a little bit on the brake side, but on the clutch side, the cable was twisting, which I think was actually causing a little clutch slippage. So I got that all straightened out. Now, I do find with the lower gearing and my clutch not slipping, when I down gear aggressively, the rear tire drags, skids a little bit. It's fun, but it's bad for longevity of the tire. Don't imagine it's good for the chain, but whatever. So smash the subscribe button. I'm going to get the TM40 ordered up here pretty quick, and that'll be one of my next videos. Here's a little side note. If you take off your charcoal box, which is in here, you can very easily take your tool tube, mount it to those two bolts, and kind of sort of hide it. And it's only 2 bolts to get rid of this bracket.